Hey team, welcome back to the channel, man. As always, I'm stoked to see you. So I know that this is like a day late and a dollar short. Truth be told, it's a couple days late and $3.99 short. I can't believe it. So I'm holding the Army Times, known by Stoker as the Army Inquirer, and this is January's edition. I haven't looked at this thing, but it did catch my attention, especially with some of the recent events and the changes that we've had. That the big cover story on this is new in 2021, things that we need to expect, 16 things that soldiers should know for the new year. And look, before I dig into this copy of it, if you're interested in a conversation on February's Army Times, I haven't seen it yet. Nobody's seen it yet because it's beginning of February. Leave a comment down below, and I won't wait until March, before we look at February's. So let's see if we can't find this thing. This is cover story. I don't read these. I don't buy these things at all anymore. I just did. I thought it'd be a good point of discussion here. They always just seemed a little day late, sometimes a little gossip raggish, if you will. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. It says Army wants to put soldiers, or put virtual maps in goggles. Man, somebody's making a lot of money off the stories that's being put in here. I didn't notice there wasn't not any letters to the editor in here. So here's the story rolling out. And the first one is that the Army ACFT rollout is in limbo. And we know this. We've known this for quite some time, right? That throughout 2021, there's not going to be a record ACFT given. And, this goes in talking about the National Defense Authorization Act. And that's some December news. So, I mean, this was kind of new-ish things being discussed. And we know that the senators are in Congress is looking at all this, especially with the 65% failure rate for women and 10% failure rate for men that the study's looking at. So is going to be very interesting to see how things roll forward in the future. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't put it past anybody to say, you know what, we need a record something, so y'all are gonna keep your gyms in the box, you're gonna keep your equipment, we're gonna keep the facilities, but we're gonna roll back to the APFT. Like, I don't. That's not prophetic, right? I don't know anything. It's not official, but I don't put it past anybody. So the second one is about promotion changes, and this just is talking about people who can go to the board, like if you're deployed or if you don't have your NCOES. We know that the Sergeant Major of the Army wants more situational questions as well, which this discusses. And so easing demands on troops, this is talking about, let's see. I don't even know what this is saying. Because I'm just kidding. I have not read this prior to opening this up. I wanted it to be a surprise for me. Next one is fewer soldiers at war, talking about reducing the number of soldiers deployed. Certainly saw a lot of dudes deployed to the capital. Withdrawals in Germany, talking about pulling 12,000 more dudes out of Germany. It's going to be very interesting. I just sent some dudes PCS into Germany. And then more diversity initiatives. We're talking about, strengthening partnerships with National Society of Black Engineers, some other groups, as well as some transgender initiatives. Some controversies revisited. This is, here we go, with talking about the ban on transgender service members, which really wasn't a ban, but, I'm not a politician. Bullish on convergence. Let's see, what is this talking about? Okay, blending of artificial intelligence, robotics, and autonomy. So we're gonna we're gonna spend a lot more money on AI. The futuristic goggles, right? Just when I was saying earlier when I saw that thing about wanting to put maps in your goggles. Yeah. So they want to make going to war a game. Talking about replacing the saw and the M4. Next saw has been in the works for 3 years. Well, and then robotic vehicles. A busy year for the Guard, which we certainly have seen already. Guard going to help distributing the vaccine. Makes sense. Border deployments winding down, which I don't know that there was a whole lot. It's probably more Guard than reserve or active. Pay raise is going to be smaller in 2022. Yeah, I could have told you that. And PCS season returning to normal. So a couple of things on this stick out to me. So one, Army Times didn't pick up anything, didn't have the foresight to talk about changes to 670-1. That's a pretty stinking major change for something to happen throughout the year. Two, same talking head pieces in my opinion. Like you pick up things that the Army releases, and then you go into like PEO and some of the other organizations, and you pick up the stories that they're running and the advancements that they're trying to do, and things that lobbyists are pushing for, and then you make a story out of it. And don't get me wrong, like this is all valuable stuff at the end of the day. I don't know if I would call it journalism, which is what I think some people want the Army Times to be, or to believe that it is. It is some sort of journalistic piece, and it's really not. And then things like PCS season returning to normal. So that's, as it specifically relates to COVID. So that's an interesting prediction, but I don't know if we're going to see that, to be honest with you. I think people are going to continue the PCS, but I don't see 2021 changing in regards to COVID. Not all that much anyways. So, hey, man, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we'll either continue the conversation about the Army Times going into February. I don't mind dropping a few bucks a month on this thing if it's value added to your kit bag, as far as what are some of my thoughts, my perspectives about what this rag is publishing. If you didn't enjoy it, man, make sure you smash that like button. Share this thing out. Let's grow this conversation a little bit more. That way we can do this a little bit gooder next time. As always, until then, you keep grinding and you stay stoked.